Hey family, so happy to see you once again for Teaching Moment Tuesday. I am back. I had a well-deserved vacation, relaxation, rest, and just having moments where I had thoughts to myself. It was well-deserved. But we're back, and I had something really, really powerful that I thought about while I was on vacation. And the title for today's Teaching Moment Tuesday is Modeling Godly Character. For all of us Christians who believe in God, who adores God, who want to align their life with God, we find this to be the most challenging thing ever, to model God's character. It's hard because there are times you want to cuss people out. I'm being real. We want to yell at our kids. We want to be mean. But no, God wants us to model him and to follow him by modeling his character. So today, I want to talk to you about how we can model godly character, right? And so when we think of how we behave, we think about how we talk, or we think about our character. Like if I sit in the room, what are the thoughts that are going on in someone's head about me? Right? And I would hope that it would be, oh, she's a godly woman, or she is a great person to be around. Right? And so that's where I'm coming from. And so one of the things I want to talk about is we want to make sure that we have a reflection that it speaks louder than anything we can say with our words. So our actions speak louder than our words. So the first point I want to talk to you about modeling godly character is your character should be caught. It should be caught, right? Not only just taught. And I think about toddlers, or, the little ones that, they never try to reason with you, or at least some won't try to reason with you. But a toddler will look at you and imitate everything that you're doing, right? And so we want to make sure that we actually have our character, we get caught with our character. So people are catching you doing good things. People are catching you, right? Your moments of reflection, of prayer, or even the kindness that you show. People are watching you, and guess what? They'll imitate you. And kids have a good way of imitating characters, all right? And so that's one way. And we can model kindness every day, right? We can greet each other every day. You see somebody, just smile and say good morning, helping someone. And my thing that I learned, and don't tell anybody, is speaking gently. You don't have to yell all the time. I used to yell all the time to my kids, yeah. But speaking gently. The second thing that I want to share with you is choose integrity even in the small things, right? Sometimes we're not being honest with ourselves. We're not showing up genuinely with others, as far as, keeping that integrity. So don't be fake kind. Be genuinely kind to each other. And so there are things that when we think about integrity, we got to be honest, right? I know sometimes when I go to the store, I get a little extra change and it's a mistake of the cashier. I would keep it. And I call it a blessing. But no, that is not a blessing. You return that extra change. That's showing integrity. That's what God would do. He would want us to show integrity. That is also a time where if we are wrong, right, let's not be ashamed. We can say, yes, I was wrong. I was wrong for yelling at you. I was wrong for perceiving you in that manner. I was wrong for taking something that I didn't even ask for, right? So admit that you're wrong, right? That shows integrity. And being honest, even when it's not a convenient time, you be honest, okay? You tell the truth. Do not hide. So we got characters caught. Make sure your character is caught. Your godly character is caught. We choose integrity, even in the small things. And last but not least, we reflect God through our actions. And I think that this is so, so important. Everything that we do, it has a reflection on God. If somebody was supposed to take notes on everything that we do and how it reflects God, they'd be like, oh, Paula, she picked up the trash. I don't pick up the trash all the time. Yeah, Paula actually helped the old woman cross the street. They will take notes, and guess what? They'll imitate your behavior. They'll imitate and see, oh, this is how we should be kind, right? And so this is something that we should consider as well, as far as if someone does something bad to us, what are we going to do? How can I reflect godly character? God forgives us all the time. All the time when we do something bad. So you can forgive someone if they done something bad to you, right? Showing patience through stressful times, something I struggle with. I'm being real with you guys. Something that I struggle with, showing patience through stressful times. So should I count to 10? Let me just count to 10, nice and calm. Let me breathe in, nice and calm. And encouraging people who feels down, who feel like they lost count of everything. You know, you encourage these people. And that's godly character. This is all godly character. And I believe that God wants us right now in this time, this world, right, to reflect who he is through our character, through our behavior, through our speech. And so modeling character is not just about perfection. We know that God is perfect. He is the only one that is perfect. But we can try our very best to model some of the things that he shows to us. So be intentional. Show your kindness. Show your grace. Make sure your character is caught, right? Make sure you choose integrity. You choose to be honest in everything. And guess what? Reflect on God and how he has been to you, right? And so we have all this access: God's love, God's truth, and God's grace. Thank you so much for tuning in to my Teaching Moment Tuesday. Have a good day now. Bye.